Aquarius, here we go. We're going to get into the work sector and see what we can find out here. I got to tell you, I've only done a couple readings here. A lot of this doesn't seem like it's going on at work, but nonetheless, if it transfers to another sector of your life, then, you know, and it can help you in that way, then so be it. Okay, we're going to get into it. The Pulp Tarot, we're starting out with 3 rows here. The first for Aquarius, in the set of 3, is the Swords, the Page of Swords. They gave me the word curiosity to put on this card right away, because, yeah, I won't get into the details. So where there's something that has piqued our curiosity, or, and again, there's an uplifting feeling here that I'm getting at this point. Our curiosity is piqued, and we're like, they're showing me on her knee. It's like we're going to get up and start moving towards this, whatever it is we're curious about. Okay, next card. 5 of Swords. Well, we're staying in the element of air. There's maybe some conflict here. Now, interestingly enough, the direction we're heading is away from conflict. They're going, we can leave it at that. Okay. There might have been something here, like chaos, that we're walking away from. Okay, next card. 6 of Pentacles. That's about equal give and take. It can be about charity coming to us, money coming to us in a balanced way. The sense, too, they're giving me is we may have money coming in as a karmic reward for things that we've done already in the past here. Okay. So this could come in a way that's not just monetary. It could be like a job that brings us a lot of money. It could be these kind of opportunities to gain this. Okay. The next row, as we get into the Infinity Career cards. Ooh, Swords of Page. Again, there's something that has struck our interest. We're going off in a direction. We may have had chaos in the past, but we're leaving that behind. On top of that, we got negligence. I don't care. Give me a moment here. They're going, I don't care about... Now, again, this card, when I made it, the energy of negligence is high. Are we still sitting there? They're going, no. The thing is, I don't care about that which creates chaos. They're creating a boundary here, right? The sword is up. We're listening to our truth and moving forward from there. And I feel like this is like someone kind of behind our heels trying to trip us up. Okay, we'll move on. Next card, the 5 of Swords. What do we get on top of there? That's victory at the expense of someone else. I feel like this is... Even though it's in the present position, I feel like that's an energy we're presently leaving in the past. We're turning our back on it, is what I get. Now, 5 of Swords, we get the Joker card. Yeah, I get someone here who just likes to play with our field, our energy field. You know, it's interesting, I'm shuffling the cards. And I'm shuffling. The cards are going everywhere, willy-nilly. And usually when I get into the energy, I focus, okay, we're doing Aquarius. You know, on the cards, they can't find no peace. Like they're not, everything's misaligned. The cards are flipping backwards. There's chunks of them, you know, taking themselves out. It's just chaotic energy. Now, as soon as I said... okay, so there's, you know, what did I say? Disruption in the field, like disruption or disruptive energy, then the cards settled down. It was almost like I had to acknowledge that fact. There's disruptive energy everywhere. And I feel like if we don't have someone around us trying to create chaos for us, I feel, again, we're leaving this, or we have left this in the past. Okay, give me a minute here, because they're kind of swapping. Jesus, yeah. This makes sense with the cards, what they were doing, flipping all over, because the energy's flipping. I have the past, the present, the future. Those are the 3 cards. And I lightly infuse that when I feel guided. Now what I'm getting is this middle row here, we're clarifying with the Joker, the 5 of Swords. That's the chaotic energy. It is not our field. It is outside of our field trying to create havoc within us, okay? Now, the Page of Swords, we're turning our back on that energy. We don't care for that Yeah, we're just cutting and running is what I get here. So if that was a partner or someone around in the work, again, we're talking about work area, but I feel like it's lightly splattered with a lot of just real world stuff. And the Five of Swords is either someone that was in our field here or wants to create havoc in our field. It's a joker. They don't have time for... They enjoy chaos here. I just finished the Aries reading. You might have to go back and refer to that one. I don't know. Maybe that's the one. Maybe it's the Aries coming at the Aquarius here. We'll see. Now, the Six of Pentacles. Let's just move on. There's a joker here trying to create chaos for us. We've turned our back against that. And we are no longer... That's not something we infuse ourselves with anymore. Six of Pentacles on top of there. Again, I felt like this was about work and money and opportunities through work to gain more money. This kind of thing is coming forth. We get the Look Closer card. 53 from the Infinity work. So there's a need. We may have money coming out of the woodwork. Again, I feel as a karmic reward, but we may have to look closer into either how we make our money or where it's coming from or whatnot. Again, yeah, one thing that was told to me is you can't control where this money comes to you from. All you can do is reject it or accept it and feel valid in that. Now, the sense that I'm getting here is if this is a job opportunity that comes toward us, there's a need to look deeper into things than just how much money we can make, right? This is what I'm getting. Okay, we'll move on. Trying to keep it down here. Keep it simple, because I feel like this is going to go, yeah, willy-nilly. Now, Page of Swords, back to that. Again, we're turning our back away from chaos and all things that were creating havoc. And I do feel a disruption in your field. But I feel like we've now acknowledged what that is or what that could be, and we've cut that out. So I do no longer care for those things that create havoc for me. So on top of that card, the Infinity Feminine card we get is 20 Judgment, yeah. Which is taking a stand and saying, I no longer, Judgment, like the gavel's coming down, click. I made my decision. I'm not going in this way. So this is what's going on here. Made a decision to release something from our field. A joker that was trying to create havoc. And they did for a long time, but no longer. On top of that joker card, the feminine card we get there is the Four of Air. Yeah, taking a break. Taking a break from all that created chaos. They're going, we can keep it simple. Keep moving. Six of Pentacles. What's coming in the future? Because, yeah. Don't expand on that energy too much, right? Six of Pentacles about, again, money coming out of the blue. It can be money coming toward us through charity or opportunities and whatnot. There's a need to look closer into this. Why? The Knight of Earth. We may have an opportunity coming forth from the Knight of Earth that we might have to look into a little deeper before we... The sense is it could be deceiving. We could think it's a certain way and then it turns out to be another way. I had that energy in the... Was it the Scorpio reading? No, Scorpio had fine energy. They were going after what they wanted and excluding things that they don't. But the sense here is we might get a job offer or an offer coming forward to us where we perceive we can make a lot of money, but be careful it's not all it's cracked up to be, right? Like it's how do you say? I don't know, there's a word for it and I lose my, because I'm in a different world, I lose my vocabulary, but it's like a, not a red herring. I don't know. Anyway, it may not be all that it seems, and it may not be. We may not make as much as we think we can make. So there's a need to look into things on a level deeper. Like go out there, see what other people are doing. I feel like this is someone saying, "I got the job for you. Da da da. I can place you." But then when we get there, it's either we don't make as much money, and we may have to literally move. We don't make as much money as we perceive we're going to make, and we may not have the freedom to do what we want to do in this job or whatever. is the sense like the bars are going to come down and lock us into something here. So be careful of that in the future. There may be an opportunity for that. As we move into the cat cards, on the judgment, we made a high judgment against someone that created havoc in our life. What do we get on top of that? The Queen of Cups. Yeah. And here she's using a telescope or whatever to look at the stars and see more. More is out there than I'm perceiving. And I get that energy quite highly. There's something here that has really spurred us in the present to move forward. And I feel like someone's going to try to, something or someone is going to try and distract us from that momentum of moving. I feel like it's our destiny to go forward in this way. But something's going to come off the side to kind of take us away from it, is what I get. Now, when we have the Queen of Cups energy, they're very intuitive and they're very, like the night falling here on the Queen. It's like we can see through things that are in darkness kind of thing. So maybe that's something that happens here. We may get a dark offer from someone that seems like, you know, what do they call that? Too good to be true. Yeah, it's because it is. That's what they said. It's because it is. Okay, the Four of Air. On top of that energy, we're taking a break from the chaos that has been created in our life. We're being motivated in a new direction. We may have someone or something come out of the blue and try and distract us from that motivation and curiosity to go forward. But on top of that, 4 is the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's going to create... Yeah, there's somebody here hell-bent on creating chaos for us. And they're... I don't know if they're going to succeed here. It's interesting because I get, you know, you get kind of a Snow White feel from the 4 of Air. Let me go back to that card. You get her kind of zoning out and doing her own thing. So the sense is if we're spiritually balanced, this won't take us off course. But if we're kind of in a spontaneous kind of energy, we could get tripped up very easily here. Someone is in here trying to create chaos for us. And the chaos is to get us off of where we're meant to go. It's kind of distract us from where we're headed here. 6 of Pentacles. Again, I need to look closer. There's a Knight of Earth coming in that maybe he may be a boss or someone or an entrepreneur type person wanting to pull you in to some kind of money-making venture here. So need to look at that more. You know, give me a minute here. Yeah, they're going... for, you know, we got about a 20% here where this could turn out good, but it could only turn out good if we very much inspect the direction we're headed here. We go through and fine-tooth comb this whole opportunity, because if we don't, there's going to be things that are going to come in and crush us in a way. Either it's going to minimize the financial output, or it's going to create a scenario where we're doing things we don't really want to do. And if we look into it and we say, okay, no, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I mean, that needs to change, and then they change it, then there's a different frequency going forward because your attention was there. You alerted to that, and you changed it, and they changed it, and away you went. But if we just go in willy-nilly and accept, I feel like we're going to be very disappointed by what comes of that. So on top of that, Knight of Earth, there could be an Earth sign that this opportunity comes through, or is behind this in some way, or the mediator is what they said. So on the Knight of Earth, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, truth. And the trumpet, I'm getting that highly, like da 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 da. Here's the, and the sense is maybe we look closer and we find out a truth, and then that shows us the whole deal. So we may have a shady deal coming toward us that if we don't look at the fine print, we won't figure it out. But maybe we go over the contract and, oh, I see this is, I got to get my spectacles out, but I can see in the fine print here that you mean this, this, that, and the other. Oh, yeah, well, we can change that. So let's change that, shall we? And then we change, and then away we go. There's the truth, right? So there's deception here. If we're signing contracts, be careful. Get a lawyer fine-tooth comb, man. That's what I'm getting. Or we sign anything of a long-term nature, we gotta look through the fine print. There's stuff hidden here. And the sense is that the person coming forward, they know damn well what's written in there, but they will amend if you so want. But if you overlook it, it could harm you in the future. Like, you could find that you got no medical with your job, and you know, you just, that's in fine print, or you got, you know, all these things are cut back, way back to where, you know, it's not feasible for you to take it, or it's going to create problems down the road or whatever. This is kind of what I'm getting. It's like, oh, well, we got 5% dental, which is, you know, why even bother? Or, you know, medical is, we have no medical. You know, you got to look into these things to see. It's like, it says 5% medical, and they're going, yeah, that's not going to work for me. And then they may be willing to adjust that, and they may not. Or they may be willing to adjust it some, but whatever. But it's better than, right, just going ahead and signing on the dotted line without looking and without being, because there's a sense of it coming to our detriment. Like, if we don't look closer to this contract, and I do feel it's like a paper contract or some kind of fine print stuff, there's truth in there. So we need to look at that. Okay, man. The truth will come forward no less if we look into things. If we don't, we will be, it will hit us down the road when it's to our detriment. Okay, next row. Yeah, that's very much contractual. So it could, if, you know, job, whatever. Okay, Page of Swords, again, moving, making a judgment to move in a new direction. We may not know what, you know, like I feel like we're kind of being led in a new direction. I feel like it's faded, and I feel like we're starting to go, but there's things that want us held back. Ace of Air, there's that, you know, we're surrounded by the masculine Ace of Air. That is the absolute truth. There's nothing stopping it. Like, that blade is going up into the sky. There's a truth coming here. Yeah, that's going to clarify things to no end here. I don't know, though. It's weird what I'm getting. So the Aquarius, they want to go in a new direction. They're kind of getting sparked creatively or in some kind of way. There's a curiosity that's bringing them forward into their future. Even though this is moving backward, that's the sense they're giving me. This Page of Swords is moving forward where they need to go. There's truths that are going to come forward here as they do so. Is this part of our past? Maybe. Maybe these truths are going to come forward to show us where the chaos was sitting. We'll see. On top of the 5 of Wands, I didn't expand too much on there because that's about chaos. And I feel like there's someone in our life here that wants to create chaos for us, though we are somewhat meditated away from that. Like, because we got the, you know, the 4 of Air is not really about meditative. It's about being in a deep sleep of rest. But the sense, you know, like, what's that story? Snow White? No, it's not Snow White. Sleeping Beauty, where she, you know, gets a kiss and then she wakes up. It's a new life that she's living because she was on halt before. This is kind of the sense that they're giving me. And somebody wants them to not get off halt. They want them to not go forward. And they're going to create chaos in order to do so. Now, on top of that 5 of Wands, we get the Knight of Fire. Well, what do you know? Yeah, I feel like either that person is going to be exposed to us quite highly, or there's going to be truths coming out that are going to help us realize who that person is if we don't know already. Or we may know already, but that person is going hell-bent. I feel like they're on a road to ruin, and I feel like they're trying to take the Aquarius down with them. But the problem here is that I don't feel that that's going to connect. Some fateful way, they're going to sneak out of it. The Aquarius is going to be able to move forward more easily than they're going to be able to get stuck in chaos unless they choose that direction, right? And they can do this unknowingly, but the universe is going to work hard to make sure. But that other person on the ground at Earth, like, this is an in-physical person that is trying to keep you down. Man, this is heavy. So it could be a fire element, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Someone who is definitely working fast to spin your world into chaos. Now, again, if you are in a contemplative mode, don't let anyone take you out of that. And if someone's trying to take you out of that, or they seem to create that, there's your trigger. There's your target. They're showing me like with the arrow and the red dot in the middle. There's your target. This person, it doesn't belong, right? This is what I'm getting. Somebody's really freaking out about you going in a certain direction, so it's going to become quite obvious. And in fact, we may even get people telling us. We may even ourselves know this, or I don't know. Let's move forward. Man, these readings weren't turning out the way. But nonetheless, the need to look closer at a contract that may come in the future, because there's a lot of fine print here, a lot of tricks that could harm us down the road. But if we're too, gung-ho, and we want to, let's get done, like we're too speedy about things, this ain't gonna, this is going to trip us up in the future. We're not going to notice it for a while, is the sense. There's going to be a low, and then it's like, oh man, I signed a contract. You can't, it's ironclad, I can't get out of it. So you look at these things beforehand, you will create a bit of a mess. You will avoid the mess, but the sense they're giving me here is if we don't do that, it could almost be worse than signing the contract at all, right? So is something here that's detrimental to income coming in. On the Ace of Swords, again, I feel like there's an announcement. Give me a minute here to look into this. Yeah. And again, they're giving me the sense when we look closer at that contract, it's just going to hit us in the face. Whoa, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. Whoa, that would have caused a huge thing. So we'll be very happy with ourselves going through that contract going, would you believe, I could have signed that and not even knowing, blah, blah, blah. This kind of thing is what I'm getting. But somewhere, there's a Knight of Earth. I feel like the Knight of Earth is the person bringing that contract forth to you. Okay. On top of the Ace of Swords, we have the Four of Water. Disinterest. Because of the truth, we may find that little loophole, that trickery that is going in from this Knight of Earth. We may find the truth here, and therefore it causes disinterest. We're no longer interested in this opportunity. It may not be the best way to go for our highest good, but it looked good. It was pretty shiny penny when it come forward to us, but got tarnished real quick when we read the fine print, is what I'm getting here. So that's where we end up. And again, it's someone trying to kill. I don't know if they're not in cahoots or the same person. Maybe they're the same person. It's Knight of Earth and Knight of Fire. They're just different elements of the same person trying to create chaos. They're trying to give us an offer to keep us away from going in another direction. Yes, they said. Okay, so there you go. There's your whole maze there. There's somebody, a joker coming in, who may come off like the Knight of Earth, but internally they're the Knight of Fire trying to create chaos in your life. And I feel like there's a sense here, either using our instinct or truth, period, coming forward on all angles. I feel the universe turning the valves up so that all that truth comes out so we cannot miss it. And when that happens, and we hear that call, whether it's instinctively or through others, or just truth that comes out that we can't deal with, it's like, no, I can't take this contract. I can't deal with these parameters. There's no way. It's like the Four of Water. Nah, I'm not. Like, you used car salesman, like, you're not picking up my end of the deal here. So I'm out. This is kind of what I get. Okay. Was a long loop to the end here, but yes, somebody just really, I feel like either there's a lot of people in our sphere trying to create chaos for us, or there's one person in particular kind of wearing a whole bunch of masks trying to get us to do something we just don't. It's not for our highest good, we'll put it that way. But they're trying to make it look so good that we just grab it and run. but the Aquarius is coming across truths here that they just can't let go. And as much as this offer's coming in really quick, it seems like they're above board, like they know what's going on here. They're not going to get stymied, is that the word? They're not going to get played. So let's see what the fortune card is to shut this down. So Aquarius, your fortune card is the Death card, a time of natural transition and transformation. Yeah. So this may even be someone offering, like, if it's work, it could be a past employer that we were unhappy with coming at us saying, look, I'll pay you more money. Da da da. And us knowing the truth that, you know what, that was a bad work environment. Those people are still there. This is not going to work for me. Like, I just don't, it's not going to work. So there's a sense of an ending here. And I feel like overall, this is the last nail in the coffin for, if we want to go down that road, for this Joker to really come about and mess us up any longer. I feel like either there's a cycle here that we ended once, and it's almost like we're going to get another opportunity to go backwards and re-loop this. But if we look close enough, like, you know, because if we sweeten the pot with more money, and then you go, well, maybe, you know, it throws people out of their logic and out of their for my highest good, and out of all of those things, the money can do that. So there's a sense of it not doing that for the Aquarius. They're going to go, you know what, been here before, there's a truth come forward, and there might be some facts come forward as you're going to invest in this that just kind of blow the thing out of proportion. And there's something to this Knight of Fire and his speed, because there's the Knight of Earth, he's patient, he takes everything slow, whatnot. That's a different energy than the Knight of Fire and even the Five of Swords, because that person's very grounded, they're understanding of people and their decisions. So he, in all, how do you say, in all his positive element, he would not come forward with anything that wasn't illuminated to you. But the Knight of Fire would. Man, he would do whatever he could to get something past, and he's not above lying and manipulating to get it. And I feel like there's somebody pretending to be the Knight of Earth, but they're actually a Knight of Fire. And not only that, this job may not even last. And it may not even get off they're going, get off the ground, question mark. They may not even get off the ground. So, this is the thing. They don't know what can happen here. And the sense is that we don't have to look too deep to realize that it ain't gonna get off the ground. Why? Because Aquarius not gonna let it. They're not gonna fall for it, and they're not gonna take it. So they're just done. So the Death card comes on top of the Four of Water to kind of say, yeah, I'm disinterested and it's time to move on. And if this was a second chance, it's done. So there's a sense of leaving a certain energy field here altogether. Not going to get played. And even if someone offers us 10 times what, we're just not going to go back. This is the sense I get. You know, you can offer me millions. I'm not going to go back into a situation that, you know, did this to me, is what I'm hearing. So whatever that is. So yeah, maybe a past person that has wronged us, and they may realize what they missed out on there, but you know, we're just not going there. So again, a lot of these readings are kind of, you know, it's very interpersonal. This one I do feel has to do with a job offer and a business contract, is something that's not so savory. It's just an unsavory character is trying to sweeten a pot here, is what I get. So Aquarius, that is your work career reading for the end of October into November, December. This energy should hit. In January, I'm going to come out. I'll see what happens here. I might just put these work readings out here on YouTube and see. I'm going to see how they go. That's my plan anyway. If I get out of the, what do you call that, political loop that YouTube is given. We'll see. I'm trying to test a theory here having to do with numbers. I used to have, over 300 at least. And now I'm getting like lucky if I have 3. So I'm trying to get my numbers back up somehow, because the energy frequency might be still tied to that. So the death, time of natural transition. Aquarius, you're in transition. You're moving onward and upward, and we're not going to be suckered by sweetening of the pot of something that was bad from our past. It's there to create chaos for us anyway, is the sense I get, and I don't see it being long term or anything to like help us move forward. We're facing the right direction. We just got to keep moving forward. Take care, have fun, and be kind, and we will talk to you soon.